Are we live now? Yes, we are. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Indian Wells Valley Board of Directors Finance Committee regular meeting this Tuesday, June 2nd, 3 p.m. And I'll call to order right at 3 p.m. Are there any comments from the committee or the public at this time? Nothing from you, nothing, no public on. We're to move on to fraud risk discussion. Anything going on, Ty? Very good news. All right, first quarter 2026 investment report. Chris goes away and everything falls apart. Is that what happens?
Sometimes. Yeah, okay. All right, so you have the first quarter of calendar year 2026 investment report. We have a total of $14,379,000. Unrestricted funds of just over 11.3 million and restricted of just under 3 million, most of that being the bond proceeds
Okay.
that are left.
What was that total bond? I forgot.
7 point something.
Okay, but seven point something million.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't like 25 or 30.
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Unfortunately. No.
All right.
You can see where the different designations / reserves are on the table below.
Okay. And which ones are restricted? The
So restricted would be in that second column.
this,
We've got,
oh, I see it down there. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't see it. Yeah. Reserves, bond, capital facility fees. And
Terry, have we been using that 87-1 for workout in Ridgecrest Heights?
we have been using it for the meters, updating the meters to those ultrasonics.
okay.
We don't get much anymore. It's technically over. There's still some late payments that haven't come in that
Right.
we continue
Tax
to get a
default.
little bit. Yeah.
What was the term on the bonds?
It was a 30-year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I keep watching these reserves, but the only reserve that I see that worries me a little bit, but I know you're working on it, Ty, and that's the capital improvement and replacement. You know, that's the one we went up to what did we decide? That should be one tank, one well, and one
Station, booster station,
yeah,
yeah.
booster station.
Yeah, we'd really like to start putting funds back in there. We're just not at that point yet.
But alternate water supply doesn't look bad at all. So
The emergency reserve committed, what's it committed to?
So when it's committed, we have it specifically set aside in an account. The uncommitted is basically your fund balance, what isn't designated for a specific reserve or purpose.
Committed, but
Yeah, we've taken it and we put it in a separate account, so it never gets touched.
because that's the one that we have to have for operations if there's some disaster, we have to be
Right.
prepared. And so it's well defined on
Yes,
what that has to cover.
it should be
Okay.
6 months, and between that and the uncommitted, we have our 6 months of operations.
Okay.
but it's committed in that it's set aside, but it's not
Correct.
necessarily everything, every dollar that's in there has already been figured out how it's gonna be spent. It's-
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, hopefully hopefully when the adjudication's over, we start working on this.
So where would the money come from as you try to bolster up the capital improvements? Is that just normal operational profit or?
Yeah, so right now it's just our net income we put towards the capital projects. You'll see it when I briefly go through the budget document we have later that, yeah, we kind of take depreciation and we take out what we are paying.
That's
for
what I
debt
thought.
Service and then anything.
Because theoretically, depreciation should go right into that.
Exactly.
If you fund the depreciation entirely.
Right.
Okay. And that's where it comes from.
Kinda gives you a
I want to say
good
hello,
margin.
I want to say hello to Justin down there too. I see he snuck in on us. Congratulations. Yeah, all right. And of course, we receive interest on these, right? On the,
Yes.
all right. White Melon. Well, what's your bottom line? Is we okay? We, besides getting, some of the reserves up there again, is there any concerns that you have?
No, just looking forward to the future when we can start
Yeah,
adequately funding those reserves. The legal costs are quite a bit.
yeah,
But
exactly.
we could do a lot with that money if we weren't doing legal, understanding that's important. So we're trying to
Yeah,
maintain until we get through that part.
okay, all right.
So this closes out the year.
This is the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, this is funny. This is reported by quarters,
Yes.
and yet we're on a fiscal year, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It used to be a requirement. You had to do quarterly investment reports.
okay,
It's no longer a requirement, but I continue to do it because it shows you where our money is.
okay, all right.
Yep.
But today's a new fiscal year, right?
July 1st.
July 1st,
July 1st.
yes. Anything else on this, Mel, or do you want to move on to the,
I'm good.
okay, are there any questions or comments from the public about the first quarter investment report? All righty, hearing none, we'll go on to the financial statement for May.
Okay, so 11 months through the fiscal year.
Wow.
We have revenues of just under 17 million, which is 500,000 below budget, due mostly to the grants that we had planned on doing and getting reimbursement for. We have not done those grants, so we have not, or those projects, we have not gotten the reimbursements.
Okay.
This would be like your Dune 3 and your Stark.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, all right.
Expenditures were just under 16 million or 1.2 million below budget. And that's just kind of across the board savings that we're just
Yeah,
haven't used. So we have a net revenue currently of $1 million. That's $772,000 better than budget.
okay,
You see capital expenditures of 2.35 million, and 1.7 of that is either bond funded or grant funded.
wow.
Debt service principal, just over 1 million, and then for where we've paid groundwater extraction fee of 3.826 million and replenishment fee of 15,916,000.
Just a mere $16 million.
The gift that keeps giving.
We'll get there this month.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not going to take long. I don't see anything here. Of course, I'm going to be anxious at the end of the year. Just when it goes, and that's when the confusion happens with some of us about how you have to, the water sales,
Yeah, you go
Because of the
from a
way-
cash basis to accrual basis.
accrual basis and all the mess. So what we'll see next time won't have that in it yet.
No, it will
Yeah,
not. Yeah,
but sometimes you have a general idea where it's headed anyway.
right.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to say is most of this is in operations and management of the facility under expenses is, I have to congratulate that on that. I don't know whether you're tightening your belt in certain places or how you're doing that, but whatever it is. Yeah.
Everybody understands the importance of, trying to be, I don't, frugal, but still taking care of what's
Right,
necessary.
yeah, uh-huh.
There's things that we don't necessarily have to do, then we're just
And
kind of
keep-
waiting.
And you're trying to get to it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
On top of that, we had that big Brady project.
Yeah, that's right. We had
Yeah.
the big Brady thing going on too. So, okay, I don't have any questions on the financial statements. Is there anything from from anybody on that in the audience or nothing? Okay. All right, let's move on to item number 6, 26-27 general fund and capital budget projects.
Okay, so what you have before you is a proposed budget for the fiscal year 27.
Okay.
What you'll notice in this budget is it doesn't really change a whole lot from this year. You'll see increased numbers just from cost escalations, but we don't have any new personnel in here. We do not have any new operations or or things like that. It's just kind of a hold steady at this point. Like is customary, we're budgeting at 95% for consumption. To
Okay.
make sure I mean, we've seen that for a large part of this current year. We were at 95% of the previous year. So
Right.
just to make sure we don't over budget on that end. We have some grant funding in here for projects we know will happen. The other grant funded projects, we'll just address those as they come.
Explain to me this adjusted consolidation grants under capital.
Yeah, that's just recognizing that we are not accounting for as many grants this year as
Okay,
the previous year
all right,
because of what happened this year.
okay.
So we'll recognize when those happen, then we'll recognize them. So we have a budget for
Pretty much-
revenue of 20,643,000.
Pretty much the same as the 26
Yeah.
budget as well. Okay,
Now on expenditures, we do have some power and chemical cost increases. We did just budget an associate engineer at half the year. That gives time for Justin to get accustomed to what his new responsibilities are before he brings on someone to train. We did get hit with PERS cost increases and insurance cost increases. Insurance went up $100,000. We're up to $500,000 now on insurance premiums. We are budgeting essentially for 1.5 general managers. So that is in here. We did adjust for adjudication costs to account for the public outreach consultant.
Okay, right,
Which we did
okay.
not have in last year's budget.
okay.
And that's really the main changes here. Just accounting for personnel cost increases as well as chemical and materials cost increases.
So the really only changes from the previous year, and that's what we're trying to say, we're pretty much status quo of the previous year.
Yeah.
But the big changes, of course, like you say, a manager and a half, and you said insurance increases.
Insurance and PERS costs.
PERS okay.
The retirement, yeah.
What'd they do with that?
What happens is they do an actuarial every year to kind of see where they're matching up, and then we have to do what are essentially non-money transaction adjustments that are still expenditures that hit. It's
Okay.
it's the deferred incomes, deferred outflows.
It's a complex thing.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and as I understand PERS, if they make if the investments aren't turning out like they think they should turn out,
Yeah.
then that cost comes back to everybody who's paying into PERS some way or another.
It does. They try to spread it out so you don't get a big hit, but
Right.
we see
So if
it.
they expected 10% and they got 8%, eventually they got to get them.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, they were really bad
Yes.
about that. They're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, we're gonna get 12%.
I remember that.
And they'd come in at 6%. And
Yeah.
you're like, what are you doing? That they're a lot better now. They're closer, but they still tend to underperform. a little
Are we okay with PERS? In other words, I don't want to see us get into what the city got into, where they were so far behind, they had to take a bond out to catch themselves up.
bit.
Remember that?
Yeah, but that wasn't necessarily because they're so far behind.
Okay, there are other things.
There's advantages to sometimes doing that. You never want 100% fully fund
Okay,
your PERS, because then you're at the money you have in there is at risk to their investments.
oh,
And
I
it may
see.
hit you, and you usually want to be 80 to 90%. We're a little below
Okay,
that.
yeah,
It's something that I've looked at doing
okay.
in some way to shore that up, but we're just not bad enough or would need to do something.
And I could see your point. If we're always 100%, they invest very badly, we
You lose it.
we lose it.
Yeah, and then
But,
you're
but
back
if you're
to-
90% they invest badly, because eventually they're going to, if they need the money, they're going to come back somehow to increase
Yeah.
the matching amounts.
So there is something we can do in the future if we want to address it when we do a rate study. That's the best time to do it, to get that cost in there. And you could do a bond.
But is the state ever going to come and say, I want all the money now?
No.
No. because I consider us where we're at now, I'm using midterm loosely, we're basically, I usually say fully funded, but maybe we want to say mostly funded. I don't know what the word is in there.
Probably mostly funded.
Yeah, but I see your logic.
Yeah.
If you put all all the money in the hands of the state, you're at risk.
And I've seen that at other agencies where they've done that and then they get hit hard when
Yeah.
something goes
Not
bad.
only do they lose that, they get whatever change the state needs to make up for their losses
Yeah.
comes back to you another way.
Yeah.
So you get
yeah,
doubly
so-
hit. Yeah.
But there is a good point to go to percentage wise, not 100%, but we're probably not too far off from, it's something we can explore.
We're above 90%.
No,
No,
we're
okay.
not above 90.
You want to get there one
Yeah.
day. Okay. All right.
Ty, isn't the funding of those, that like based on a certain age they expect people to live to, and now it's like really?
Yeah,
like
they
100
do
years old or
actuarial.
something?
Yeah.
The actual anticipated lifespan actually went down a little bit because of COVID.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's ticking back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do all that science on, difference between ages and genders and occupations, and it's a big old thing.
It's
that
a
they do.
very, very
And so
complex.
you never know what they're gonna hit you with until they release that report, and it's usually a
These-
year afterwards.
These are the what do they call the
The actuarials.
actuarial
Yeah.
experts,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
way beyond anything I can imagine.
Yeah, that's another art, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Some people call it art.
Yeah.
Let me
Why
glance
do
at
you
this.
have it shown in different, all over the place instead of just in one location in the budget?
What's that? I'm
for
sorry.
Contributions.
Because it is divvied out by function.
This would be the workforce that's in
In,
water supply?
yes, yeah, that's what, yep, exactly.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know where your packet went. I got two of everything. Yeah. What are you doing? I thought, oh, we're gonna go over this again, the exact same thing.
Yeah. So
Everything.
right here, you see we have a net positive $80,000 at the end of the year.
Okay.
So we're down a little bit because our revenue hasn't changed, but our expenditures have gone up a little bit.
Mhm.
If you want to look at cash flow, which would be a couple pages later, you can see on cash flow, we're at a negative 1,129,000, and that's because of the capital improvement projects. And essentially, this is using up the last of the bond funds.
Okay,
We'll have about 1.25 million left at the end of the current fiscal year.
okay.
To
If that's
spend on
what,
Brady next
okay.
year.
All right.
And that's what that negative cash flow is. And we still hit our debt service coverage, which is a requirement of 1.25,
Yeah,
and we'll be at 1.49.
1.49, yeah. So the minimum requirement's 1.25, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're doing good there, yeah.
Where's that consulting fee that the president's been collecting?
Yeah, yeah, that's why I'm driving
Oh,
that old truck out there.
giving that to us for free, that's right.
I like the way you laid this out with the notes on it. It's like, it's pretty much the same as last year, except power and chemical costs, liability insurance increases, $100,000. Jeez.
Yeah.
Um,
It's from that solar.
Yeah, right?
And I'm hoping you're being, I guess on the word on the adjudication is, I get the feeling that it depends on, at the beginning of the year, hopefully we see it drop off, but you don't know what's going to happen.
I
from
never
there.
know. Yeah.
You never know. We're getting close though.
Yeah, I mean, we ran this number by Jim and he said it was good, but.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to have any surprises from the technical working group anymore. That stuff's done,
Yeah.
that I can see. That's where a lot came from in those costs there.
So the expenses for solar should be getting better, right? Well, are they fully up and running?
Almost. We had that one, subsequent theft that happened.
Yeah, you were gone with that one. You don't know about, he doesn't know about that
Oh,
one.
yeah, there was a line that was, they cut the line out and it was too close to the panels, so the panels cannot be salvaged. We caught them on camera. We're trying to get the sheriffs to do something.
Oh, so they actually were in the surveilled yard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, the cameras did their job. In fact, I think Chris happened to be here when the alarm went off, but he was able to actually watch them drive off and track where the car was going.
yeah,
But now
so-
they can't locate the vehicle. It had no plates or anything.
Yeah, but we have a lot of information on it.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't know what it'll amount, the most it'll amount to is the satisfaction that the
Right.
people that did it. I don't think there's ever going to be any kind of funds that come back from it in any way. You know, it's typical, you know, they prosecute them and you owe $100,000 and blah, 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 and you'll never get any of it.
You won't get it. No.
Yeah, it's gone.
Right now, we do have a quote from our current maintenance people to replace it, and I think we're gonna shop it around because it seems quite hefty
Yeah.
cost.
It's high just because you can't replace, that you can't find the same panels.
That's right, they don't even make them
Oh,
anymore, probably.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we'd have to
Oh.
order some separate panels and then there's
Yeah,
labor.
so,
yeah,
We're
but.
gonna
yeah.
get some other opinions.
Well, I was wondering about that because the panels, you don't have individual inverters on each panel, right?
no.
No.
Okay, so the panels are the panels and the way they connect and connect, because I've looked at mine before and they pretty much have the same connection. You may not find the exact wattage panel, but that shouldn't make a heck of a lot of difference. They ought to be, the size of them is uniform.
Yeah.
The way they connect is
If you
uniform.
get a close voltage and wattage, it shouldn't
Yeah.
matter.
It doesn't change anything on it. And so I'm glad you're going out for someone else to look for these panels because I think that you got to watch that pretty much. But I know that because I've been watching mine real closely thinking, well, you know, they're coming up on 10, 12 years old. Do I need to replace them? So I've been shopping around and the panels are exactly the same size. They're operated the same way. The connectings is all the same. Maybe the length of the cable's different is all. And everything's pretty much identical on them. And so that's what I thought we would be into. Just,
Right. That's what we're looking into.
did we get the any insurance reimbursement for the last theft?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We got all that.
All of it.
all right, okay,
Otherwise, we do have the capital improvement plan here too.
okay.
Not a whole lot to work on. It's 3.18 million.
And is this where I turned to engineering and
It
and
kind of
asked
got
them how they,
on the left side there.
No, that's because I probably put it in legal.
what's that?
I probably PDF'd it in legal size. That's why it cut.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, so I got my glasses, so.
If you have any questions, ask me what it is.
Okay, so let's see.
What we'll post online and send out to you guys will be PDF, so it'll have the whole sheet.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And we're not gonna, well, all right, so I'm headed for there now, yeah.
So really what we're looking at is we're looking at filtrate tanks for a
Okay.
filtrate tank for the arsenic plant. Starting the engineering on the booster, which booster is that?
C-zone.
C-zone booster. I don't know what that other 60,000.
I kept trying to read yeah, you're right, you didn't get the project name entirely on it.
Could print it in legal.
Other way? No, it's,
There's an effluent tanks for 250,000.
okay.
Uh,
Let's
Hold on,
see.
we got Amber printing these out in legal.
When
And as a mag starter, the
I
40,000.
think so, yeah. And then chlorine analyzers for
Green
20.
analyzers.
So your
yes.
total expenditures that you plan for 26 are 3.2 million?
Yes. With the largest portion, of course, being that Brady, continuing the Brady
Right.
line replacement.
The
and we
next-
won't start the Springer until Brady's complete? Is that the plan?
That's the plan,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, and you remember that, of course, the Springer, and I finally remember, it isn't that it has to be replaced because of damage or age, it just needs to be resized. We need additional run over there.
Right, it may
Yeah.
be an additional pipe just run parallel
Yeah,
to increase capacity.
That's the plan.
that's the plan.
Yeah, dedicated larger diameter pipeline
Okay.
just for transmission.
Yeah.
How much pipeline is it?
Oh, gosh, it's several
Wow.
miles.
Is it, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
it's
goes down Bowman or
Springer.
Springer,
Springer?
yeah,
All
I think it's from Mahan to College Heights. Yeah.
and the
Goes quite a
College
ways.
Heights.
Mhm.
It's shorter than Brady.
That it is.
Yeah,
We're doing that in-house or is that not been decided yet?
Yeah.
We may,
Yeah.
we'll see. They're getting the experience there with that 24-inch
yeah.
PVC.
A lot of that's dirt too, right? From Springer, so yeah, they can just
Like,
cruise right along.
We'll
I-
eventually have to look at CEQA on that and see if we don't have to, what we have to do.
On the Springer one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you might have to put some
I know when we went to-
rapid prevention stuff and,
Down Kendall, even though there wasn't much.
I remember that.
We had to disturb, we still had to get take permits for
yeah, I remember when you were on Kendall, yeah.
the extreme alteration permits and, yeah.
Okay. Got to watch out for those little desert
Then we had to
little
go
squirrels and,
Had to seed some of the stream areas.
oh, did you?
Hydro
But those,
seed.
wait a minute, those stream areas are dead dry. The only time they're not is if for some reason you had a problem with that pipe years ago. Because I remember my street coming down.
All of a sudden it was green.
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, everything's growing out there. Question I have is about the continuation of Brady. Obviously, the pipe you have remaining will get you to next phase of it. Is your long-term plan on here for continuing to buy more pipe? Is that in here and in subsequent years somewhere? Yeah,
Did we put that in there? We have not put that in there.
yeah. Because obviously if you're gonna continue, yeah.
Yeah.
And that first phase of piping, which was originally brought for Springer, was how many feet, John, do you remember? Just over a mile. And I'm gonna ask you again, what was the cost for that mile of
Yeah, it was about half. a million.
500,000, about $500,000? So you'd be looking at doing, that would have to be prepared so you can do that portion in let's see, you'll start this one late fall, early winter this year. So that means you'd have to be prepared by 2027, towards the end, to have the more pipe coming in.
Yeah,
Okay,
it'll be the following fiscal year. We'll have to.
What
get
I
that.
imagine will happen is we've got money in there for La Mirage idea for 2028, and I imagine that'll get pushed while we wait for grant funding, and we'll use that.
I'm hoping that we can find some money for La Mirage and that's available from somewhere
Yeah.
from the safe water. I mean,
Our newest consultant,
Yeah.
Mr. Kroll, is
Y-
part of his job is to.
they let him because you think about it, is that was the system we inherited,
Yes,
which was already old.
yes.
Under the safe water drinking requirements, hopefully there's something that's there. Are you guys working on an estimate for that? Any way at all?
We need to, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when you go over these grants, they're going to want to know.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So are you going to try to put that piping in here somewhere? You think you need to add it in the subsequent years?
You know what? Let me put that in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
put it in. I'll probably put about the same amount in for next.
Yeah, in
2 years.
27 or so. Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, there we go. Ha.
Makes it much easier.
Makes it so much easier. Okay.
So the building that we're putting in the backyard, that did not include the concrete? Or we did not budget for the concrete, or
Which one?
how's that?
For which one? Sorry.
We bought that big building. you're
The
gonna
steel
put
building.
right then in the
Steel
future.
building, yeah.
We did. We just haven't got it done. We're waiting on engineering drawings for that. So it won't be spent in that, the remainder of what won't be spent in this year, it'll push to next year.
Okay,
That,
okay.
you'll see that in there.
But the only concrete you're putting in right now is the pads for the support,
Footing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you intend to eventually pave it inside or just leave it as dirt?
John, you need to find a microphone.
Yeah.
The full intent was to get some pavement inside, whether it was asphalt or concrete.
Okay,
But yes, there was the intent to get it in there.
okay. But right now, just the pads you need to get in. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Media replacement again, an arsenic plant? I thought we just did that.
In 2026?
Placeholder, I think.
Yeah.
The placeholder, okay.
In 2026, we actually received an invoice that was like 2 years old.
What?
Yeah, we never received it, or it got lost and they didn't care
As long
about
as
it.
it's not a duplicate.
It's not a duplicate. I checked that forwards and
You,
backwards.
you were hoping it was.
I was.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, ah, we gotta pay it.
Oh, I see. And how often does that media need to be replaced?
I think it's been in there for,
Yeah, 15.
15 years.
Oh, really?
It's been
Okay.
Since that was construction completed.
That's right.
so
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
I would hope at least 10 to 15.
So we're good there, okay.
Yeah.
Analyzers, new service installations. Now you still got money in Redemacher Way,
Yes.
let's see, okay. Oh, that's for this phase
2.
2.
Just waiting on the, still waiting on some easements there.
Is that gonna be paid for? There's no more money in the GA for consolidation, is there?
Yes, they still have the grant. They just need the funds to get expended
By the end
before
of
the
the
end of the calendar year.
Yeah, before,
Unless
that's
they
what I'm-
can find, unless they can get an extension, but
that's what I'm asking about. In 2027, you got $450,000.
That's for this next 6 months.
Okay,
We should be done with
if we
that.
can get the easements, I'd say within the next month or so, we can get on that project.
Yeah.
Because everything else is in place.
okay. And
We just have to order the supplies, order the pipe and everything.
okay,
We ended up leasing or renting a excavator for the Brady project, right?
Yes.
I know there was some debate about whether we wanted to buy something of that size. Is that still?
Yeah, I think our experience so far has been, it's actually probably cheaper for us to lease it. Whenever we have a problem, they come and they either fix it right then or bring us a new one.
oh,
and
yeah,
we
that's
keep
right.
Going.
yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about storing it for 6 months of the year and
That's right.
it
Okay.
just, it seems to be working. And we may even up it and get 2, so we're not killing our backhoe on some of the other stuff
Right.
we're doing.
Now, I
So,
noticed the Brady repair in 26 and 27, of course, you had 1.3 million this year, 1.3 million in 2027. That doesn't, that's just everything except the piping?
no, that includes pipe.
So that's on here?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're looking for, but farther out, you probably want to.
Yeah, I need a schedule.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Did we ever do an analysis of the Brady project? Remember I talked about getting a cost per foot
And we're still waiting
Y-
for some of those invoices to
information?
come in
Just,
so we can.
just to do a comparison, the reason being is there are some questions to say, man, you should have contracted it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I want to see a comparison.
we still have some costs, driveway repairs and things.
Yeah.
And they just did paving last week out there, so.
I have to believe that in-house is the way to do it, even though the first time you do it, there's going to be hiccups. There's
Yeah.
things that you're not going to expect that next time you'll be ready for.
They put it in really fast. It's all the work after the pipeline has been
Right.
installed that is actually taking longer.
Uh-huh.
So they did over 500 cubic yards or right around 500 cubic yards of slurry into the old 30-inch pipe.
That's right, because that wasn't expected, right? Yeah.
Correct. That was a
Yeah.
couple weeks long. We had to do that. And then, there's other things that are coming up lately that we're addressing right now.
We're kind of
So-
having some, we had a change in inspector from the county and it's,
And every inspector has their own,
Process.
own ideas, right, Justin? One inspector could say, do this, this, and this. Next one will come in and say, no, I like this way.
exactly.
And they're in charge when that kind of stuff happens.
Stuff, have some hydrants to install. They're
Okay.
Back order, so there's just a few things.
There's
So-
some
so-
for moves.
You ought to be wrapping it up here in
Straight up.
a month or so.
Yeah, everything, the pipeline's been on, as you're aware of.
It's
The old
running.
line is full.
Right.
The intersection of Ward and Brady was completed last Friday. That was
Okay.
paved. So we have to go back and concrete around the valve cans.
Okay.
And like you said, like we said, there's some surprises with the county, what they've been requesting on some new things. So we're
Right.
adapting to that. And Justin's been in contacts with the county, trying to figure out where we need to go with that.
Okay.
And get it all in writing and move forward on that. So
Have we slurry filled the old pipe already?
it is done
Okay.
and completed, yes, sir.
And all that's you're calculating into your,
We will, yes.
yeah, as you go down the line,
Yep.
everything? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Going to be any costs associated with the Navy's work near their new tanks? Is that where the intertie is going to be?
Yeah, our side was all ready for them to connect to, so
Okay. It
on
looked
our
like-
end, we're good, yeah.
Looked like they may have completed that.
I think they did last week, right?
2 weeks or days ago, right?
John might have some info.
So we went out there last week and the Navy has set their fitting and bolted it up to ours. I have photos of it and everything. So they are waiting on a double flow meter coming in, which hopefully will be August. And they'll continue to go into their pump house. They have a high and a low side going into that pump house. And then the 2 1 million gallon tanks. So they are hooked up to us already.
Okay. Are are they gonna destroy those old reservoirs?
Yes, once they get everything hooked up and in, the plan is, from my understanding, would be next March, apparently, kind of a rough time frame when they could start demo on the old tanks.
Nice,
Okay.
progress.
I see them putting money into their system over there.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that intertie for,
For a long time, yeah.
Yes.
Ty, what's the green highlight for again on these?
That's, projects funded either by grant or bonds.
Okay. Oh, so this should use up the, yeah, okay. Gotcha, okay. There's one other question I thought I saw here. I saw money in there for groundwater model. Is that because didn't we defer some into the end of this year? Is that what that's about?
Groundwater model's done. There's 50,000 for Little Lake. I think there's an initial,
So the next fiscal year is 2027.
yeah, for
Yeah,
the next fiscal
okay.
year.
So there's nothing in there for groundwater modeling in
Okay.
2027.
Thank you. I was getting a bit confused there. I'm looking between 26 and 27.
Yes.
Should it be half one, half the other, or whatever?
Yeah.
So, okay. So just at 3.2 million, right?
Yes.
Okay, next question I have is always for engineering. Is, you've looked at this? You guys have all looked at this and, okay. Again, I hate the word, when you start saying deferred maintenance, to me, that means there's critical stuff as opposed to delayed maintenance. And that's what I'm concerned about. That's why I'll make sure engineering's happy with this, that there's not something out there that could rear its ugly head on us that we're not prepared for.
No, we looked at everything.
Okay, so you guys are happy with what you see here?
Well, we hate putting things off,
I mean, I know you want, yeah.
Yeah. but we just, unless it's 100%, essential, critical, then we can put it off while we get through this
I know
adjudication.
you talked, there's tanks you talked about and
Yeah, booster
Booster station.
stations.
and that's probably your biggest
Mhm.
expenses, booster stations and tanks.
We
isn't it?
have tank interior recoatings that need to
Yeah.
be done too.
In an ideal world, it'd all be on here.
I'll be on.
Yes, sir.
But you probably physically couldn't get it all done.
No.
Okay,
That's
that's my
also,
biggest
that's also a
concern.
limitation, is how much can you actually get done?
because I'm sure that when this comes to our budget approval on what, the 11th? We're getting, is it the meeting on the 11th? Is that there'll be board members are going to ask you that question? Because I know that the concern was deferred maintenance. There's something that is going to be a thorn of our side. But what I'm hearing from you guys, if you looked at that and decided we're okay.
Yes.
And that's what I need to hear. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, we're addressing the highest priority items here.
yeah.
is Brady back up and running now?
Yes.
Yes.
Because don't forget, if all of a sudden they said, oops, I forgot something, they got to go to Ty. They
They don't like to do that.
don't like to do that, yeah.
It's no o'clock.
Got to grovel into Ty's office.
You know, from what I've seen up through this budget compared to last year, and including when we had to go through the rate increase and all that, that was a wobbly time.
Mhm.
It was, and it looks like we're beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel in terms of getting reserves back where they were. We're seeing this, because it all revolves around, obviously, adjudication such as going on. And so I appreciate that, because I know back then it was a bit worrisome. I think you got it together. And what I like about this is you said there's no really changes in the previous, for the previous year, except those few things you mentioned,
Right.
which are sort of out of our control when insurance goes up $100,000.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ah.
That light at the end of the tunnel is not a train.
Health insurance go up too? It usually goes up every year, so.
Yeah, you'd have to check with the,
Yeah, everything is, and
That's the JPIA.
yeah.
what's the latest in California? They're including us, we're going to see on our homeowners insurance in the, typically the wildfire risk on mine was a 1, and it goes from 0 to 10. I understand that's going to increase because they're grouping us in with the other side of the Sierras.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So they're going to put us in there, and I'm sure that was an insurance legislation that went on to do it to get more money. Because they looked at, like Bodfish and all those areas up there and they say, well, that affects us. And so that probably affected our insurance here, or if it isn't, it's going to,
That probably will.
probably will.
Yeah, get ready. All states.
Oh, yeah.
Dropped out of
I'm not
the-
even sure.
last year.
I,
Yeah, we've been with them for 30 years. Never
Eh.
made a claim.
no, so they're not just not rewriting policies, they're dropping policies?
My policy, period. Yep, no negotiation. 6-week notice.
That makes my heart sink. Yeah.
Well, we don't have a mortgage on the house, so it's not really, I can self-insure for a while, right?
Yeah.
Huge deal.
Yeah.
But just, yeah, 30 years, no claims.
And they just drop you.
They just run.
Jesus. Okay, I don't want to go there. I was having a happy day type of thing.
But we found what we needed to do. This is way off topic. I'll save this until the meeting.
Yeah, we can talk that, yeah. Let's
All
go.
right, so I'll make those changes for the
Yeah.
Brady line and then send it out and post it online.
Okay.
Good job.
Recommendation from the committee though, right? Or no?
I know,
It's up to them.
I think that's the biggest recommendation is just make sure you put the Brady line materials cost in there. And you could actually put Brady out as far as you want to, as far as you think you need to.
Yeah, I'll do it in
Yeah.
increments of
Yeah.
whatever to get there. Half miles.
Yeah, do them half mile increments each year
Yeah.
and, see how it gets done. And then, did you say La Mirage was on here? I
It
didn't.
is, it's starting in 28. and
Let's see, 2028.
It's on the top of the second page.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I see it, yeah. But we're going to refine those estimates, I'm sure, as we go on.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have to.
Yeah. That's going to be
It might be twice that much.
by any chance, I guess not. I was going to ask whether Chuck had any information about what's in there now or how it was laid out, but that was way before but it all came from
We
the,
have very basic info about those pipelines. I mean, we know where they're located and stuff. They're behind sidewalk and yard, and then all the laterals go over to one side of the road.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's put in the 40s out there.
It's
You
all.
don't
the same
remember that?
pipeline.
That should be.
Yeah, you should be able to remember that.
Those three-
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
telling you.
to cement, so that stuff really does last quite a while.
It's been, whatever they did, it's lasting, but we know that it's not going to last much longer. Okay.
But-
Yeah, I don't see any other recommendations to add or delete from this. Do you, Mel?
We've done a survey, there's no.
Okay, good job.
Okay, I think the recommendation is just go ahead and make those changes we talked about and bring it for approval on the 11th.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to do anything at the board meeting? Just say, are we just going to mention we
No, I'm
covered in this committee?
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention it's on the website. The committee's reviewed it and referred
Okay.
it to the.
And we'll bring it
special
forward for
meeting
approval, yeah.
And go check it out.
Okay, that's what we'll do then. I wouldn't, because I'm hoping we don't have a huge, long discussion on Monday about the budget, because what we're saying is we're recommending, make the changes. We like what we see, bring it to the 11th, on the 11th for approval.
Yeah.
For any final discussion and approval. So hopefully we can get by that on Monday. Okay, all right. Any other comments or questions on the general fund and capital projects budgets?
Not for me.
All righty. Nothing? All right, move on to accounts disbursements. And let me see if I can find that. This is more paper than I ever have for this thing.
My twice a year novel I give you guys. The first one's the audit and
Yeah.
the second one's the budget.
Budget, yeah, I know. And in the meantime, we're reading all that legal stuff that's coming out. Okay, let's see if I got any questions here.
Ferguson?
What
Yeah,
are we-
that's our pipe and fittings.
Oh, okay.
am I missing the last page?
Just parts.
Yes.
I'm still sorting through papers here, so bear with me. I sort of threw everything everywhere when
Pure flow for
I found out I had two of everything.
That is the last, that lost payment for the filtrate for the arsenic plants.
And that should not show up again for we're lucky, maybe 10 years? or-
15 years. We're gonna go with 15.
Nice. Nice. So when they damaged the solar field, did that take that solar field offline or just one bank of it?
I
or-
think just one string,
Okay.
just one line. Yeah. I actually got the solar report this month and we're real close to being what they expected. I think it's only down 6% from what
Oh, okay,
is
good.
expected, so.
So
Was
it-
there another accounts payable?
Yeah, I have one list of checks. Is there a second one?
Sorry, Amber.
I thought, I'm looking through all my stuff thinking I got it in here, yeah. Yeah, every 2 weeks worth, yeah.
Well, we got to get that gas and electric bill with PG&E under control. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Water controller. What was Ferguson Waterworks again?
Inventory.
Inventory, okay. Pipes and stuff. Okay,
You used to say, see Santa Fe wind water on there.
right, yeah.
Ferguson is when Santa Fe left the valley, pretty much.
Huh,
Um,
okay.
Ferguson took that over, so that's is our main
Is,
parts.
is that Ferguson of plumbing's fame?
They are
Same,
attached.
same
yes,
big company,
yes,
yeah. Yeah. Like oil Ferguson 20.
What's
I
that
don't
company?
see
The Kern County.
I was looking for one of my favorite ones on here, which was the GA. I don't see, it must be on the second one. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Oh, you're at Kern County Auditor or?
Yeah.
what?
What's that all about?
I'll leave that to Ty for you, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Ty, what's this Kern County comptroller fee for 20 grand?
So every month we put $10,000 into our future source of supply
yeah.
reserve. Just how the accounts payable hit, we got
Two.
2 months in 1 month.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's just reserved money being held by the Kern County.
yes, yes, that's us paying ourselves, putting it into a different account to save it.
Yeah, I see that Cosner Neep on there. That Chris is at work again. Where is he? Are they done?
Thank you.
They are done, yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I thought I was going crazy. I wasn't going to ask for that page, thinking I scattered it in here somewhere.
That's right, I was looking for it myself, I'm like, I think I'm missing one.
You hear me?
No, there's,
Oh, is that our favorite one? Yeah.
that one pumping and then one's
Been legal for
replenishment,
you.
or what's the breakout there?
Yes,
Yeah.
the top one's replenishment, bottom's pumping.
Okay. Stewart, McCarthy. Man, I should have been a lawyer.
Right?
Some of these will be winding down after the hearing.
You would hope so.
Maybe not the legal, but then definitely the ones for all the technical work, because there's not a lot more technical work to do.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, unless we have to do something else, but like you say, you never, gee, this one's pretty reasonable. No, I don't see anything on here.
John doesn't charge very much, does he?
Only donuts.
Uh, It's postmaster.
Richgrove Septic Service.
Yeah, we got a few porta potties out at sites.
Potties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our remote sites.
Oh, TCBs.
Wow.
I want their phone number.
Okay.
Because I have a valve thing at my house. I noticed they're just piling in there until the ground. I go, I don't want to open that up, but I don't want to kill them either.
Right,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good.
he just
They-
removed a whole.
Yeah, just
bunch
text it
again
to me when
today.
you get a chance. I may give them a shout to come over. What do they do? They take the hives out and everything and
Yeah,
clear it all out?
and then
Yeah.
he'll sell you honey as well.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Cool.
Local honey.
Yeah.
it's good.
Is it? I think it's, yeah. Okay. I don't see anything on here that I didn't expect. How about you?
Good.
Okay. Well, I'll make
Is that a
a,
recommendation?
we want to, yeah, we're going to make you a recommendation that the board approve all the accounts payable or demand warrant register, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. You concur there now?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Good job, Ty.
On.
Making us look good.
Okay, it looks like we have somebody. Do we have a caller online? Go ahead, caller.
Perhaps you. Can you hear me?
Who's this?
This is your special projects consultant trying to learn how to call into a meeting without embarrassing himself in front of everybody.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just testing the system. I assume I will be asking questions and participating remotely in the future. So, since I was the only other person online in this meeting, I thought it would be a good time to try to figure out how I can do that appropriately.
Okay, see, you're testing.
I am.
You are testing. Okay, well, you're coming through loud and clear.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, George. All right, with that, if we have nothing else going on, I will go ahead. Any future agenda items that you want to add here?
I still owe you, something on, credit card fees.
That's right, we
We'll
need to
be
work on,
working on that
yeah,
as soon
credit
as this
card
budget
fees
Stuff's done.
And we will do that breakdown for Brady once we have all the
Yes.
expenses.
and the
Yep.
Brady thing, right? Brady. And one other thing I want to bring up, I don't know if we want to go any farther with this. I'm still beginning to worry a little bit about the state requirements for electric vehicles. You're on top of this wherever we are with it, or what we need to do or not do, or, I mean, we could just go so long buying vehicles that are still allowed by the state when we get trapped into that mess. And what I'm afraid of is we're going to be in order, adjudication will be over, things are running through, and all of a sudden, bam, here comes this multi-million-dollar project because of the state. So I just want to make sure you guys are on top of it, yeah.
Yeah, we're tracking that. We're seeing what the Trump administration, if they're gonna do anything. I know they've talked about it, but I don't know that they're gonna follow
Yeah,
through.
I have a hard time believing that this whole state has to be you can't buy anything gas powered anymore in a few years. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And the last thing I'll bring up, and I don't think we need it on here, is you know that legislation is going through about what's the word I'm looking for? Assistance for people who can't pay their bills. And and originally I was reading it that it would end up being some kind of a water tax almost. I've been assured that's where it's going, that the state's going to have to find a fund of money somehow.
Yep.
I think the most it'll affect us, and again, I'm sure you'll watch what's going on with it. To me, it might be a manpower thing in handling claims or how it's done or something, whether they go directly to the state themselves or they have to come through us. That's all we have to be aware of. But, because that's moving pretty quick, I bet it'll be on a Senate floor in a month or two
Yeah.
for vote. And once that passes, then all of a sudden, all the regulations are going to come down.
Council
What are they-
hasn't
that's
had
right.
Any objections?
That's
to
right. Aqua supports it.
Yeah.
But the state has said they're going to find the money. It's going to come from their general fund. That's going to be the real thing. It could be 2-3 years before they find any money.
I know Aqua's also working on that, at least categorizing water vehicles as emergency response vehicles.
Right.
for
An
that.
exemption, yes.
We need to find out if
Electric
I'm sure they'll let us know if there's some kind of bill or legislation comes out about that so we can support. Yeah, okay. Good deal. All right, with that, anything else? We'll adjourn at 3:53 PM. Thank you. Let's see.
Good job, guys.